Well, we're talking about Britain's JK Rowling, of course, you will know as the writer of Harry Potter, and of course in recent years has become an outspoken advocate for women's rights in the face of what's been happening with the trans movement and taking away women's only spaces, etc. And in the wake of all of that, you saw people like Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson, who of course were in the Harry Potter films, speaking out against JK Rowling and denouncing the terrible transphobia that she has been spewing out in suggesting that women should be able to have rights. I know it's all terribly radical, isn't it? But the culture has turned a little bit. The tide has turned a little bit, and particularly over in the UK, you know, places where they had the Cass report and they're getting rid of gender clinics, etc. I know we've been a bit slow on the uptake here in Australia, but the discussion on transgender issues has moved overseas. And it's not quite as fashionable anymore to get so stuck into them and say, you know, I'm on the trans side of things. The JK Rowlings of the world have become far more mainstream as we have realised the reality of these matters. So Emma Watson is sort of starting to backtrack a bit. After years of denouncing JK Rowling, the woman who created the franchise and the character that put her on the map, that as a child gave her a job that made her shed loads of money, that has set her up for life, that gave her a career. After years of crapping all over JK Rowling, she's decided, well, maybe I should soften my views a little bit. Now, she's popped up on a podcast recently and tried to explain what she's talking about here. Look, I'll let you have a listen for yourself.
Having had that experience and holding the love and support and views that I have mean that I can't and don't treasure Jo and the person that I had personal experiences with.
Yep, okay, whatever the hell that all meant. But she talks about in this podcast about how she loves her and she wants to be loved back and all this sort of business. Well, JK Rowling is not taking it lying down. She has hit out with a blistering attack on X, in which, amongst other things, she said, like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. I wasn't a multimillionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous. I therefore understand that from my own life experience what the thrashing of women's rights in which Emma has so enthusiastically participated means to women and girls without her privileges. The great irony here is that had Emma not decided in her most recent interview to declare that she loves and treasures me, a change of tack I suspect she's adopted because she's noticed full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was, I might never have been this honest. Adults can't expect to cosy up to an activist movement that regularly calls for a friend's assassination, then assert their right to the former friend's love as though the friend was in fact their mother. Emma is rightly free to disagree with me and indeed to discuss her feelings about me in public, but I have the same right and I finally decided to exercise it. I mean, that was just an assassination right there, I think. She got her right between the eyes. And she makes the point, if Emma had not spent all these years speaking out against me and then at the death knell saying, oh, well, maybe she's not so bad after all, she wouldn't be coming out and attacking Emma in return. She's basically saying, are you a real mate or not? And you've proven yourself not to be a real mate.